Yeah. And then. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the City Council meeting for Thursday, August 8th for the City of Marion, the Community Playmaker National Community of the Year, the four-time All-Star Community in the state of Iowa, and the best place to raise a family and grow a business. We're glad you're here with us. Tonight we have something very special. I spent all afternoon with 4 young people who were the winners of a Mayor for a Day package. So I got to turn over my duties to them all day long today. They did a great job. I'm going to have them come up here and join me so they can lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We have Emmett, Winnie, Alan, and Michael. Please rise and join us in the pledge. Is Winnie coming? Oh, no. Okay. All right. Ready? Here you go. Fix the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. You guys. All right, so we have our moment, oh, sorry, our roll call first.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mr. Harper, Mr. Miskman,
Here.
Mayor Abu-Wasley,
Here,
Yes.
my co-mayors.
Ms. Menser. Here. Mr. Brandt,
Here.
Mr. Sterned.
Here. Okay, this time we have a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. So before the mayors for a day leave, I'm going to present them with a certificate as recognition for having been the honorary mayors for a day today. So we'll start with Amit. There you go. This is for Winnie. You want to come up and get it? There you go. Thank you. In case anyone's wondering, I periodically donate a Mayor for a Day package for silent auctions for charity fundraisers. And so this is maybe the 4th or 5th time we've done that. And it's a lot of fun. We spent an afternoon learning about the role of the mayor and the city council. We do a ribbon cutting. We meet the community partners at the chamber and Medco. We do a tour. We went to the library. They got to see the inside of a police car. So I've learned a little bit about city operations and how decisions are made, and hopefully we'll have a future mayor in the group. Thank you. Okay, the next item is one of our favorite events is when we welcome new members to our team. So I'll turn it over to Chief Fagan, and I'll come down front.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight, we celebrate Team Marion and the continued success and the development of our team members. From left to right, we have firefighters Alex Stringer, Tanner Frank, and Thad Williams. Tonight, they are taking the oath of office, and following, they will have their firefighter badges placed on them. Unlike the Firefighter Academy this past fall, these three joined the department individually over the past several months and learned their roles on the job, working side by side with Marion firefighters and officers. All three of them have completed the minimum requirements to be released to full shift status and count towards the standards of cover within the fire department. To Alec, Tanner, and Thaddeus, before you take your oath with the mayor, I have a key message for you. You've joined a team with a profound legacy, 150 years, in fact, of dedication, honor, and professionalism. We're not perfect, but we're committed to continuous organizational improvement. And as you've seen in your time here already, we aren't afraid of informed evolution, and we are evolving. You must take care of your health. This includes your mental health. First responders engage in the worst phase of our residents' lives over multiple decades of service, and it will affect you. Get help and know you are never alone. It's okay to not be okay. Never be afraid to seek help. Our community has high expectations of its emergency personnel. Our department vision is to be a leader in emergency services, to provide premier services to our residents and visitors. Your fellow firefighters are proud of the work you've put in already, but the work is merely beginning. We look forward to putting in the work together with you over your great careers. Congratulations to each of you. And Mayor Nick, I turn them over to you for their oaths.
I, Alex Stringer, as a firefighter in Union Island, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and the ordinances of the City of Marion, Iowa, and the ordinances of the City of Marion, Iowa, and that I will serve the City of Marion, and its fire department, to the best of my ability, with honor and respect, and in adherence to the ethics of fire service. Congratulations. Okay, next we'll have him. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Tanner Frank, as a firefighter in Marion, Iowa, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and the ordinances of the City of Marion, and that I will serve the City of Marion and its fire department to the best of my ability, with honor and respect, and in adherence to the ethics of fire service. Congratulations. Thank you. Thaddeus. Raise your right hand. I, Thaddeus Williams, as a firefighter in Marion, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and the ordinances of the City of Marion, Iowa, and that I will serve the City of Marion and its fire department, best of my ability, with honor and respect, and in adherence to the ethics of fire service.
Yes. All right, so now we'll do the badge pinning. So family and our friends who are going to be pinning the badges, if you would come up, now's the time for doing that. Great. All right, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Congratulations again and welcome to the team. And I just want to recognize the members of the department who are all here to support their teammates. It's always a great sight to see all of you here and thank you for your service. Okay, at this time, we have our first public forum. Before commencing the public forum, I will review the rules for all public forums in this meeting. If you wish to address the city council, please complete a yellow card found at the end of the staff table. When the mayor asks you to come forward to address the city council, please hand the yellow card to the city clerk. We encourage everyone to please state your name and group affiliation, if any. Please address the council as mayor and members of council. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Please do not engage in conduct that is disruptive to the meeting. Please do not engage in conduct or speech that is threatening. And please do not disparage any individual. Please keep all comments to the topic and the concern. And please do not disparage any individual person. Anyone who fails to adhere to these guidelines or engages in disruptive behavior or speech may be removed from the meeting. We appreciate everyone abiding by these rules. Our first public forum is a time that is set aside for comments from members of the public on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not associated with a public hearing. If you have comments that are associated with items that are not on the agenda or not associated with a public hearing, there will be time at the end of the meeting for a second public forum for those comments. If you have comments regarding an item that is associated with a public hearing, there will be time during that item discussion on the agenda. So at this time, we'll take comments from members of the public on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not part of a public hearing. If anyone here is here to address council, please come forward. Welcome.
Welcome. Evening. My name is Ron Major. I'm representing myself, mayor and members of the city council. I'm asking for a tree waiver on 290 South 11th Street. I'm in the final preparation of my inspection. And with that, I'm required by the ordinance to put a tree in my front yard. After replacement of the, you can say utilities and the general utilities plus my private utilities, I have about a 10-foot diameter area to be able to place a tree, but it's directly outside my front door. One other thing we have is the utility lines are less than 4.5 feet deep on my property. That goes for gas, water, sewer, stormwater, electric. So that creates a problem. As a tree grows and gets expanded, the roots go down deeper and things like that into the ground. And they're going to be basically inhibiting my lines in the future, which are going to cause me to dig them back up and then get them replaced, which that's why I'm requesting that. 8 years ago, I built another house. It's 300 South. I did not, I guess you could say, it was not in my, excuse me. I did not have to have a tree in my front yard. According to the ordinance like that, or even my permit. So this is why I'm requesting a tree waiver right now.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else to address council? Okay, seeing no one's coming forward, we'll close this part of the meeting and proceed to the consent agenda.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F4, resolution numbers 32025 through 32038.
Second. Been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented, including items A1 through F4, resolutions 32025 through 32038. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved. For the next portion of the agenda, I'll turn over the meeting to Mayor Pro Tem Menser.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Aboasley's abstentions as follows. Items A1 through E3, resolutions 32039 through 32041.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda with the mayor's abstention, items A1 through E3, resolution 32039 to 32041. Discussion. All in favor to approve as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. To the mayor.
Okay, we are now on the regular agenda.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-08, designating an area of Marion, Iowa as the 2024 8th Avenue Multifamily Housing Urban Revitalization Area. This will be for second consideration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 2408, designating the 2024 8th Avenue Multifamily Housing Urban Revitalization Area. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving ordinance number 24-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 24-09, amending sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 229-14 regarding public health and safety, and section 313-3.12 regarding operation of golf carts, and this is the initial consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the initial consideration of ordinance number 24-09, amending sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 229-14 regarding public health and safety, and section 313-3.12 regarding operation of golf carts. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving ordinance number 24-09, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-10, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances relating to merging Public Services Department and the Engineering Department into the Public Works Department. And this is the initial consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-10, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances relating to merging Public Services Department and the Engineering Department into the Public Works Department. Discussion? All those in favor of ordinance number 24-10, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to receive and file Traffic Advisory Committee report regarding installing a streetlight near 3231 Silver Oak Trail, John Cassidy, 3112 Silver Oak Trail.
Second.
We moved and seconded to receive and file the Traffic Advisory Committee report regarding installing streetlight near 3231 Silver Oak Trail. Discussion. All those in favor of receiving and filing the Traffic Advisory Committee report, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved. At this time, we have a public comment period regarding installing the streetlight near 3231 Silver Oak Trail. Mike, you have a presentation on this?
Yep, so I just have a quick presentation. So Silver Oak Trail was built in several different scenarios, and the TAC report it details the petition that was submitted. It does currently meet city standards, but to make it consistent with the rest of the neighborhood in there, we are recommending that we add the additional light with the amount of phone calls that the police department has been getting, and just to add additional security in that area.
Okay. So the public comment period is open. Do we have anyone here to address council on this measure? Please come forward. Okay, we'll ask staff if we received comments outside the meeting.
I received 2 in advance of the meeting. Calvin Berkey at 3197 Silver Oak Trail wrote in support of the streetlight. Doug Dean at 3152 Silver Oak Trail wrote in support, unless the new light doesn't match existing lights, then he would oppose.
Will the lights match existing lights?
So we will try as best we can. So this is a subdivision pole. So it's Alliant. It's gonna put it up. We're gonna have them match it as close as possible, but this pole may not exist in manufacturing anymore. We did receive one other comment from John Cassidy, who is the petitioner in favor of it. I'll just read it real quick. My name is John Cassidy, president of the HOA at Camden Farms. I'm the author of the petition. And to add a streetlight to Silver Oak Trail, I personally knocked on doors in our neighborhood seeking signers for the petition to add a streetlight. Of the first 80+ people I met, only one was reluctant to sign the form. Everyone else readily signed the petition. I could have had another 20 signatures. Our neighborhood needs the additional streetlight. Average age in this area is 75 years old. 12 people live independently with no significant other. We have many other people walking at all hours of the day, and many with dogs who are taken out after dark. The area which needs the light is very dark at night when I'm currently walking my dog. I have a ball cap with a coal miner's type flashlight on my head for security. With the TAC endorsement, I feel the city of Marion has an easy decision to approve this request.
Thank you. Okay, so those are all the comments we've received outside the meeting,
Yes.
and there's no one here to address council in person. Okay, we'll close the public comment section, proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32042, approving installation of a street light near 3231 Silver Oak Trail.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32042, approving installation of the street light near 3231 Silver Oak Trail. Discussion on the resolution, questions for staff? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor of approving resolution number 32042, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved. Sister Ned?
Yes, Your Honor. I move to receive and file Traffic Advisory Committee TAC report regarding a request for streetlights on 29th Avenue from 25th Street to Iowa Highway 13.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to receive and file the Traffic Advisory Committee report regarding the request for streetlights on 29th Avenue from 25th Street to Highway 13. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of receiving and filing the report, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved. At this time, we have another public comment section regarding installing the streetlights on 29th Avenue from 25th Street to Highway 13. The public comment period is now open. We'll take a short presentation from Mike.
So again, we looked at this area. Most of the area has the amount of lights that it's supposed to. The one area that we found didn't was right here next to the park, so it made sense to add it, not only for the park, but for that spacing. The rest of the area north of 29th Avenue that may not necessarily meet the spacing is still in the county. And so we don't feel that we need to light that area yet because we'd be lighting up a farm field. So our recommendation is just to add the one at Prairie Hill Park.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here to address council on this measure? Please come forward. Seeing no one's coming forward, we'll ask the staff if any comments have been received outside the meeting.
I have not received any.
Mike,
If not,
please note that for the record. We'll close the public comment section, proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32043, approving installation of a streetlight on 29th Avenue along Prairie Hill Park.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32043, approving installation of a streetlight on 29th Avenue along Prairie Hill Park. Discussion?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Are there currently no lights in Prairie Hill Park? No parking lot lights or anything?
There's nothing in the parking lot, but we do have lights that will be as part of the pavilion there that will shine both onto the playground and to the basketball court, but nothing overhead.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions, comments, discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving resolution number 32043, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32044, approving a waiver of chapter 284-4B14 of the Marion Code of Ordinances related to the required installation of a front yard tree for property located at 290 South 11th Street, Marion, Iowa.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32044, approving waiver of chapter 284-4B14 of the Code of Ordinances related to the required installation of a front yard tree for property located at 290 South 11th Street. Discussion. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, question for Dave. So we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. Mr. Majors made a comment that his only diameter to place a tree in his front yard is a 10-foot diameter. Does that seem correct?
More or less, yeah, I'm sure it's pretty accurate.
Okay, and has our city arborist made recommendations on trees that might be appropriate given the situation that Mr. Majors has?
Yeah, when I talked to Mike earlier this week, he felt there was an opportunity for several different tree varieties in that area. Maybe not necessarily an overstory tree due to the way the roots expand, but he said there are some mid-size or ornamental trees that would work in that location that would probably not impact the utilities.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead.
This may be way off, but were there trees on the property that were taken down as part of the construction? I know I went and looked and drove by. There's a pretty big driveway space and I know it's there. So I was curious if there was something there beforehand that replacing, or was it pretty vacant?
I would have to defer to Mr. Major on that question. I don't know.
Was none in the front,
Oh.
we're taking now. I did have bushes on the,
Sir,
you could say, the left-hand side.
sir, please come to the microphone. Thank you. But
So there were none in the front yard. I do have bushes on the left-hand side that are probably 8 feet tall. I did take one down further back on the property that was basically dying. So that was removed prior to construction.
okay, thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor of approving resolution number 32044, which would be to waive the ordinance. Please say aye,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye. All those opposed, please say no.
No.
So it's 4-2, and the motion is defeated. Can we wait till after, maybe during the comment section, if you don't mind? Thank you. Okay, at this time we have the second public forum, which is a time for comments from members of the public on any topic. If you have comments to address the council, please come forward. You may come forward now, sorry. Thank you.
In regards to the denial for the tree waiver, I asked then, or be documented that, if the tree roots do impede into the, you could say utility lines and things like that, that the city's gonna help pay for it. I just got done basically tearing up a street because of the water line. I had to replace the tap on that, which is part of the homeowner's responsibility. But now with the tree, the roots are gonna basically eventually impede 15 to 20 years or more. Then I'm looking at, where it's gonna be documented that the city will help pay for the replacement of
Your
that.
Honor, this would be off the topic of whether or not the requirement has to be upheld. So this would not be one that you could answer that question during the public comment section.
Sure, so.
But that is something where we can get that answer to Mr. Major through staff.
Okay, I was gonna suggest that you talk to the city attorney after
Yep.
the meeting and then see about getting that question answered.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else address council, please come forward.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Iris Strong. I live at 1145 13th Street, Marion, Iowa. I am a resident of Marion and a member of the Marion Alliance for Racial Equity. I am speaking with a heartfelt appreciation for the City of Marion and the Civil Rights Commission's effort in hosting the first Pride Fashion and Drag Show hosted by CR Pride on June 29th, right here in Marion. I also express a thank you to the commissioners, Dylan and Kate, that attended and handed out bracelets, Marion Public Library, who had a table and resources, and Swamp Fox Bookstore that helped to sponsor, and CR Pride for making it happen, the Marion Allowance for promoting it on social media, and especially all the neighbors that came out to support this event. This event is a significant milestone for our community, representing a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. But to me, it was more than that. For me personally, as a resident of this community for over 20 years, I felt free to be me at this Pride event. What I mean by free is that I was able to just enjoy the Pride event without worry. I didn't feel shame, bullied, or anything. The whole experience was happiness. I am an intricate part of this community. I've worked at the Linn-Mar District. I have raised my daughter here, and she was a graduate of Linn-Mar District. I and members of my family are part of the LGBTQ community. Being a part of this audience and having my daughter partake in this fashion show was awesome. The city's adoption of the equity statement, which emphasizes creating a community where everyone belongs and addressing systems of inequity. It is commendable. The Pride Month is a step toward these values, showcasing Marion's dedication to reaching higher and fostering a community where people of all cultures and identities can thrive. I encourage the City Council, the Marion Chamber, Medco, and our neighbors to continue recognizing and celebrating the diverse identities within our community. By hosting, promoting, and attending these events that highlight minoritized communities, you reinforce the city's commitment to building an accessible and inclusive community. I look forward to seeing more initiatives and events that celebrate our diverse community. Thank you once again for your leadership and dedication to making Marion a place where everyone feels valued, included, and free to be themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else here to address council, please come forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dale Nuss. I reside in Marion, 361 Durango Drive. I am a member of the Marion Alliance for Racial Equity, and I am going into my senior year at Linn-Mar High School. I'd also like to mention that I identify as gay. I stand before you all today to express my thanks to our Marion City and the City Civil Rights Commission's continuous efforts to support inclusive events for everyone. I firmly believe that this committee's ongoing efforts are making Marion one of the most inclusive and welcoming cities in the state of Iowa. This year, I had the opportunity to attend Marion's first Pride Month fashion and drag show. This event showcased different walks of life in Marion, while also showcasing the amazing talent of different designers and artists in our city. It was very heartwarming to go to an event in Marion where I could meet other people like me that share similar backgrounds. Many LGBTQ+ youth do not even realize that there are so many amazing people that are just like them until they go to an event like this show. Our city's equity statement being adopted has strongly emphasized again that we live in an amazing community where we all belong, and we are addressing inequity in our community. This is a huge step in the right direction. The Pride Month event proved Marion's belief that we live in a city where everyone can be embraced and thrive. I beg to you that we continue hosting these events that highlight the numerous identities and walks of life in our community. By continuing this, we reinforce Marion's commitment to having an accessible and inclusive community. I'd like to thank you all one more time for your leadership and dedication for making our community a safe place where everyone is included. I look forward to attending more similar events and celebrating our diverse community, and I am proud to call Marion my home.
Thank you. Anyone else here to address council, please come forward.
Good evening, council. Thank you for just a moment of your time tonight. I just stopped to introduce myself. My name is Brandy Zumbaugh-Maischeid, and I'm running for Lynn County Supervisor. And part of the reason I want to make sure that I came here tonight and you guys all knew, who I was because 2 years ago, the county was redistricted and the 3 districts, 1, 2, and 3, Marion was shifted into District 3, which also includes Palo, Centerpoint, Walker, Troy, Coggan, Alburnett, Springville, all the way down to Bertram, Lisbon and Mount Vernon. And so if you weren't aware of that, Marion's now in District 3, and that is the area I'm hoping to represent come November's elections. So I just brought business cards. If it's okay, I can hand them out so you guys have contact information for who I am, but that is all I needed tonight, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
You can maybe leave the business cards at the end of the table and we can grab them, or you can give them to the city clerk if you wanted to. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Anyone else to address council? Welcome.
Hi, I am Noreen Tonkin, Mayor of the City Council. I am a retired first responder from California Bay Bridges, so I'm a rule follower, beaten into my man. And I have a situation that I have to address, and I don't know how to go about doing it or where. I purchased a home when I came out to help my daughter with her family 20 some odd years ago. She was headhunted by Rockwell. And I purchased a historic home in a historic district on Pucker Street. And I have tried my best to follow all the rules of being a landlord and also of the Pucker Street district. But I've learned that they've changed those bylaws and requirements. And what I have done is I've always added into my lease all the requirements of, nothing stored on the front porch and cars always parked in the yard nice and neat and, no big parties and no businesses that draw a lot of traffic, only babysitting or home computers. So I tried to find out online and I just am lost. I can't find out what's going on right now, what I need to do to be able to insert into my leases what the requirements are for living in a historic district, if there is any anymore. I hope there is, because it's a beautiful street and we all spend a lot of money trying to keep our houses looking nice, hiring out yard work and, repairs and stuff, especially we had a hailstorm, then we had a tree hit the house, and then the next month derecho came along, and it's been, quite. So I'm just asking for some help. If there's somebody within the City of Marion who could assemble something for the residents of Pucker Street, so we will know what our responsibilities are, and there's several rentals now in the street area. So it would be nice to be able to pass that on to the renters, so.
Okay, I
Um,
think our city manager has a comment or.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Maureen, we can put you in touch with appropriate staff after the meeting.
Okay, I left my phone number and everything
Yep.
there with you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Noreen.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else to address council today? Please come forward. Okay, seeing that no one is coming forward, we will close this
Mayor.
part of the hearing.
Mayor.
Yes,
We actually had two comments submitted in advance of the
sorry,
meeting.
yes, go ahead.
The first one is from Gretchen Lawyer, who wrote in support of the CR Pride Fashion and Drag Show on June 29th.
Yes.
The next is from Jennifer Filter at 3600 Willowwood Avenue. She wrote in opposition of increased property taxes.
Okay, thank you for sharing those. With that, we'll close that part of the meeting. And we'll proceed to council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Sternad.
Thank you, Your Honor, but I have nothing tonight. Thank you, though.
Nothing. Well, Sarah.
I just have a couple things. First was, I was at the Tournament of Drums that was held at Limbar, with the mayor's commitment, and wow, like, took me back to my marching band days, and that was just high school, and then you looked at that group that came in there, so hopefully when we are able to host that event again, that we're all there to celebrate it. It was really it was a beautiful evening, and it was just a great showcase of our community. It was incredible talent. So I appreciated that. A little note for anybody, but we're running pretty strong on our sunrise yoga at Lau Park, and we only have 3 weeks left. So we encourage people to come out and attend that because we will not meet on Labor Day weekend. So we've had a great group of instructors, great attendance. It's just been beautiful, some beautiful mornings, especially recently. And then we are again partnering with Vela Yoga and Be Well Marion. And in September, we'll be doing Down Dogs in Uptown on the 5th and the 19th. At 6 o'clock. It's another free community yoga program. So we just love opportunities for the community to come together. And then finally, a little shout out. I've done this before, but I'm going to do it again. If anybody is walking on the south side of City Hall and the garden there, Peg Heald and Julie Lammers are two of our volunteers who run that garden. All of the produce goes to the Churches of Marion Food Pantry, and that garden is just exploding right now. And it's welcoming for people to hang out there, walk through that, look at the different ways that they are doing raised bed gardens and handling some of the growing tomatoes and the plants. So it's open for the community to walk through. We encourage people to do that. And we're real proud of the work that those volunteers are also doing with that program. So that's just a few little side notes of the last few weeks.
Thank you. Gage?
Yeah, I'll keep mine a little short because I think you'll probably talk about this too, Mayor, but I had the opportunity to join the mayor in the last month to meet with a group of students from Iraq and with a group of young professionals from the UK. And it was just one of my favorite things that I got to do in the last month, just getting to talk to both those groups and their perspectives on government and civic engagement and just getting involved in the community. And yeah, it was just really fun and honestly inspiring to talk with them and see how they're going about, pursuing their careers or their education and coming here, and that they enjoyed being in Marion and were just asking really great questions and just sharing really great stories. So yeah, I just appreciated that opportunity, and yeah, it was super cool.
Thanks. Steve?
Well, the countdown is on. Not for the end of the Olympics, but 2 weeks from tomorrow, all of our teachers and children will be back in school. So I know there's lots of parents excited about that. And anyway, 2 more weeks and things will be looking a lot different as far as all of the activities in town.
Okay. Thank you. For my part, I always like to just recall some things that have happened since the last meeting, so people know sort of the things that I'm involved in that were outside of these meetings. And you know, things that really take a lot of time and, but they're important in representing the city. We've met with a number of developers on potential projects. There were several ribbon cuttings. One of them, a big one, was the new emergency room for Unity Point Health. And that's really made a big step for Marion in terms of having access, convenient access to 24-hour, 7 days a week emergency medical service right here close to home, and for all the small communities that are around Marion. Because in an emergency, downtown Cedar Rapids might be too far of a drive, and so this is really a big step in providing quality health services right here in our community. And we'll be celebrating another one for the Mercy emergency room later this year. I've been involved in some discussions with regional leaders on promoting regionalism and collaboration and cooperation across the region, and promoting our region as one big area. As Gage mentioned, we hosted for a day or an afternoon the delegation of young leaders from the UK, and it's really been cool. Not too long ago, we hosted a delegation of high schoolers from Iraq, and in fact, yesterday I received a card from one of those students who talked about how inspired they were just hearing Marion's story, seeing how we engage residents of all backgrounds, how we care about all segments of our city, and what we do to serve residents in a better way. And just it's important to note that even though we're not perfect, Marion is being noticed across not only Iowa, but the nation and other parts of the world. Same with the UK delegation. Almost every one of them, as they left and were getting on the bus, said they were inspired by what we were doing, inspired by your story. So I want to thank the city staff who participated and our community partners who participated in that, including Gage and Ryan. And then, of course, today we had the group with the mayor of the for a day, which was a fun afternoon. So I encourage everyone, and I do appreciate all the comments from the members of the public today. And I'll just reiterate that we can accomplish a lot together as a community when we create a place where everyone is valued and where everyone feels that they belong, and where everyone has opportunities to be part of our progress. And we accomplish a lot when we work together, and we approach everything from a understanding of working together and not assuming negative intentions or assuming negative will, and we give each other the benefit of the doubt, and we work together in a positive and constructive way to continue moving our community forward. I think we've made a lot of progress, and we can do a lot more. So I'm just really proud to be part of this community, and proud to be recognized as a place where all people want to be and see themselves living and having great opportunities. So thank you all for being here. Keep up the great work. We're adjourned.